Hey, let me ask you something right off the bat. Did you see what Micah Parsons posted recently? Just 3 simple words. It's my time. That's it. But trust me, those 3 words have set the entire Cowboys fan base and NFL media on fire. And I know what you're thinking. Could it really be just a motivational quote? Or is there something deeper behind it? Well, the reactions were immediate. The moment that post went live, fans started speculating. Was it a message to the Cowboys front office, a warning shot to the rest of the league, or maybe even a subtle goodbye to a former teammate? Even some Detroit Lions fans got excited, thinking it was a reference to their team just because of the lion emoji. But come on, you and I both know that's a stretch. The lion has always been Micah's nickname, not some hint about a future move. That emoji, that's his identity, that's who he's always been. Still, the timing of that post couldn't be ignored. It came right after the news broke about DeMarcus Lawrence's departure. That's where the theories really started heating up. Was Micah signaling that this is officially his moment to take over the defense? Was it just coincidence or a carefully placed statement? And now I want to hear from you. Do you think Micah's post was just a coincidence, or was it a direct message to someone? Drop your opinion down in the comments. Let's get a poll going. Coincidence or message? Vote below. And hey, if you're a real fan of Micah Parsons, go ahead and hit that like button right now. Show some love for the lion. Let's keep going, because trust me, this story is just getting started. Now here's where things start getting even more interesting. Right after Micah Parsons posted "It's my time," another name popped up: Sam Williams. Just a few hours later, Sam shared his own cryptic post, almost like an echo to Micah's message. And that timing, that's no accident. This all happened right after the official announcement. DeMarcus Lawrence is heading to the Seattle Seahawks. A Cowboys legend gone, no farewell video. No long emotional tribute, just silence. And speaking of silence, did you catch how CeeDee Lamb reacted? Or better yet, how he didn't. No public post, no heartfelt message, no thank you, Tank, that quiet response. It raised some eyebrows, and honestly, it makes you wonder, was there a silent fracture in that locker room all along? I mean, think about it. Could it be that Micah and Sam were already preparing to take the spotlight, that maybe they felt Lawrence was standing in the way of a new era for this defense? Some fans are saying it outright. Parsons and Sam wanted that shift in power. And with Lawrence out, that path is finally clear. Could it be that this wasn't just a front office decision, but a move that reflected what was already happening behind closed doors? You know, sometimes the tension in a locker room doesn't make it to the press, but it still shapes everything. Leadership changes aren't always about age or contracts. They're about energy, chemistry, and who the team is really following when things get tough. So let me ask you directly, do you think the Cowboys locker room was divided before Lawrence left? Drop your vote in the comments, yes or no. I'm really curious to see what you think about this shift. And if you're into these kinds of behind-the-scenes insights, this is your moment. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next, because in the next chapter, we're going to talk about who's really in charge of this defense now. And spoiler, it's not a mystery anymore. So yeah, like I just told you, it's not a mystery anymore. With DeMarcus Lawrence gone and Zach Martin also stepping away, it's crystal clear now. This defense officially belongs to Micah Parsons. No more veteran hierarchy holding him back. No more waiting for permission to lead. The torch has been passed, whether anyone likes it or not. And this isn't just about titles or age. You probably remember it. Micah himself said in an interview last season that it was hard to fully lead when so many veteran voices were still in the room. That wasn't shade, that was honesty. He knew his moment would come, and now it has. This isn't just a leadership transition. It's a total identity shift for the Cowboys defense. You can already feel it. Micah doesn't just want to be the best player on the field, he wants to be the heartbeat of this unit. And guess who's riding right alongside him? Sam Williams. This duo is stepping into something bigger than just individual performance. Sam might not be the loudest voice in the locker room, but his timing, his hustle, his presence, it's all starting to align with Micah's vision. He's becoming the right-hand man in this new chapter. It's the kind of dynamic we haven't seen in a while in Dallas. Two young, explosive, hungry defenders taking charge of the entire defensive culture. It's exciting. But let's be real, it's also risky. Leadership is earned on the field, in practice, in how you carry the locker room, and now all eyes are on them. So here's what I want to know from you. Do you believe Micah Parsons is ready to be the unquestioned leader of this defense? Drop your take in the comments right now. I'm really curious where you stand on this. And hey, if you're excited for this new era too, show some love and smash that like button. We've got more to talk about, because this new leadership isn't just about attitude, it's about scheme too. Up next, what does this defense actually look like now under Matt Eberflus? So we've talked about leadership, but now let's get into how this defense is actually going to play in 2025, because make no mistake, the scheme is changing big time, and that's going to impact everything. With Matt Eberflus stepping in as the new defensive coordinator, the Cowboys are about to shift into attack mode. No more overcomplicated alignments, no more second-guessing assignments. This is going to be fast, aggressive, instinctive football. And if you don't believe me, just listen to what Solomon Thomas, who played under Eberflus, said in a recent interview. It's all about attacking. It's not about thinking too much, it's about going. That's a huge departure from the previous system, which many players quietly criticized for being a little too, let's say, cerebral. But now, Micah Parsons and Sam Williams were practically made for this kind of setup. No handcuffs, no hesitation, just unleash the dogs and let them wreak havoc in the backfield. That's the kind of football that lets players like Micah shine. That's the kind of defense that makes quarterbacks nervous before the ball is even snapped. And look, let's be real here, Eberflus' philosophy could be the missing piece this unit needed. You've already got the talent, the speed, and now a scheme that finally plays to their strengths, but there's always a flip side, right? Going full aggression can open gaps. One mistake, one blown assignment, and it's a big play for the offense. So yeah, it's high reward, but it's also high risk. So let me ask you this, what's your style? Do you like this new aggressive defensive mindset, or did you prefer the more tactical approach we had before? Tell me in the comments, I want to hear from you. And hey, if you're loving this breakdown, make sure you're subscribed, because we're about to wrap this all up in the next chapter. It's time to look ahead and ask the big question, is this Cowboys defense about to become elite, or will the pressure be too much? Alright, now that we've talked about leadership, locker room dynamics, and the new scheme, it's time for the real question. What should we actually expect from this Cowboys defense in 2025? Because here's the deal, everything's changed. The old pillars are gone, the culture is shifting. The playbook is different. And most importantly, Micah Parsons is no longer just a star, he's the face of the entire unit now. That brings excitement, no doubt, but it also brings a huge amount of pressure. This isn't just about making highlight plays anymore. It's about leading, setting the tone, and keeping this group focused from week 1 to week 18 and beyond. And the expectations, they're sky high. Fans, analysts, even the front office, everyone's talking about how this could finally be one of the most dominant defenses in the league. But as we've seen before, talent and hype aren't enough. Execution, chemistry, consistency, that's what makes a championship caliber defense. So yeah, there's real promise here, but there's also no more room for excuses. If this defense underperforms now, there's no one else to blame, no old veterans to point fingers at. This is Micah Parsons' era, and everything falls on his shoulders. So let's close it with a challenge for you. What's your prediction? Will this be the best defense in the NFL in 2025? Or are we setting ourselves up for another letdown? Drop your take in the comments. I want to see your thoughts. And while you're there, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because we've got way more Cowboys content coming your way. Let's see what this new era brings. The question is no longer if Micah is the leader, it's whether he can turn that leadership into results.